Industry, business. Number 1. Tell me about a product or service that didn't meet the expectation of the consumers. How did they react? As I work in the field of technology, dealing with consumers' expectations and fast-changing trends are unavoidable. One of the well-known examples can be smartphones. Our company came up with a phone with a high-quality camera, but it wasn't enough to satisfy our consumers. According to our statistics, our total sales rate was much lower than our goal, by about 20%. We couldn't keep up with consumer expectations because they continue to rise over time, and our competitors keep replicating similar features of our phones. Currently, many consumers are interested in documenting their daily routines or special moments on social media. So many smartphone industries have been competing over the quality of cameras on their phones. In return, consumers are constantly comparing the products of competing brands, and this effect created a non-stop cycle between providers and consumers. We can even take a look at when BlackBerry or even LG chocolate came out years and years ago. Nearly everyone had them, and I think ever since, people have been expecting more and more different and new things. I think in my industry, we can never stop trying to delight our consumers and keep up with their expectations, as they are critical factors in maintaining our business. Number 2. Tell me about one of the major industries or companies in your nation. How has this industry or company achieved such a high level of success? What will be said are all based on my own personal opinion, so you may agree or disagree with what I say. There are many types of industries and companies that are successful in my country. One of them, of course, is Samsung. I don't think I've ever met a single person who doesn't recognize the brand. Samsung makes so much more than just TVs and phones. You could probably live off depending entirely on just Samsung products. For instance, just to name a few, they have their own hospitals, fashion groups, cars, theme parks, and hotels. However, their highest level of success certainly comes from Samsung Electronics, as it's probably where most consumers spend their money. For instance, a host of people have their smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, computers and laptops, printers, and a wide range of home appliances like refrigerators and air conditioners. They have everything that a person needs at home, work, and for leisure. Because it fulfills the needs of consumers, it became more than something they want. It has become a brand that people need to have in their life. They have created a high demand, thus they have become one of the largest providers in the world. Number 3. What are the problems of the industry you mentioned? Are there any solutions to the problem you mentioned? Again, this is solely based on my personal opinion, and I think one of the problems they have is attracting the consumers of competitors. Once people use a certain brand, they seem to stick with it unless they have problems or inconveniences using the products. For instance, in my friend's case, she has been a loyal customer of Apple products ever since she was in high school. She is now in her late 30s, so you can do the math. I've tried to convince her to change to Samsung, but she already had a strong belief built in her that Apple is much better. Just like religion, it is really difficult to change someone's mind unless they themselves feel the necessity to change it. However, once new features come out, it makes certain customers try it out, And if it turns out well, the company has gained a new potential loyal customer. Another problem could be the price of the products. Because their brand has a high credibility, products can be unaffordable. In order to solve this problem, they have to reduce the cost, which means they may need to lower their quality of service. This could lead to loss of some customers who didn't mind paying a lot for high quality service. It's really difficult and almost impossible to satisfy all markets. Number 4. What are some things you have done to build your career? How do other people build their career? I'm going to have to try my best to make this answer short because I have so much to say. I wasn't born with a silver spoon, so my life in general has been a wild roller coaster ride, and I have done many things to be where I am now. As one of the employees of a prominent company in my country, first, I had to maintain a high grade and GPA in school, and that comes with high test scores and a certain level of fluency in foreign languages. Then comes the experience. Some of my previous experiences include internship at an affiliated company, building relationships and networking with people in the same industry, working abroad for a period of time, and attending a number of conferences and conventions. I'm pretty sure other people in the same industry have gone through a similar path, unless they have a reference in the company or they're naturally talented. And of all those, I think building a strong relationship with others is extremely important because most companies consider teamwork skills as a necessary quality when they're hiring.